How you going, people? It's been raining out here. I just did my little shoot video in the rain there. I don't know if I'll probably move this up a little bit here. Let's see if that's any better to get my big head in here. Alright, so I wanted to talk about this swimmer thing a little bit because it's the hypocrisy of the media. And I'm sure other people are seeing it. And so we have the Olympic swimmers in Rio. And supposedly they made a report that they were robbed at gunpoint. And I was confused because some reports, I just thought it was a regular robbery. Now it appears when they made their report, they said a cop put a gun to their head and took their wallet. And now we have video showing up. And of course, again, my default is government will always withhold, hide, make themselves look gooder, and only tell us their side of the story and the story that benefits them. So we're getting the reports and everything mainly from the Rio government. They're controlling the media. People go, the government doesn't control it. We have a free media. The media doesn't get anything from the government unless the government gives it to them. It's kind of like the government doesn't make money or doesn't produce anything. They take money from others to give. Nice big lightning there. We might get a little thunder. So the government doesn't produce anything. They take from others to give. So anytime somebody says something is free from the government, we know that it's not free. The government stole that or took it by force, power, control from someone else that had to work or produce it. The government doesn't just fart rainbows and give shit away free. It just doesn't happen. And the ignorance of the liberal left that wants to holler free college and free this and free medical and everything will be free and we'll be happy doesn't have a concept on what that is. So we're getting this information from the Rio government, but then we have a second filter of the liberal left U.S. government protecting them that's redistributing that information to us with their spin. Just like people would say when I do my news review, I put my spin on it. Well, I do. I put things that I see as true, what I see as truth, what I believe, and I try to convince or tell people why I believe that. So I give them a choice. I give them information from both sides. They have the liberal left lying government, and then they have my side, and they can have free choice to make a decision. Whereas liberal left and government only want their side heard, and they want to shut down the other side like Facebook, YouTube, all the other liberal left that censor conservative or anything other than their crazy left agenda. So we have the Rio police getting these swimmers. So what's going to happen here? Well, first of all, the video came out, and we call this a clue. There is 3 minutes of the video that is missing, mysteriously. Failure of the camera, failure of the recording, some act of God that these 3 minutes have disappeared. Anybody that believes that is an idiot. Those 3 minutes are gone for a reason. When me and my lieutenant were suing Yolo County and the crooked DA, Jeff Reisig, over him hiding evidence and then trying to come after us because we told on his ass and we told the truth, he was responsible when we were suing him. The court, the judge ordered him, the arbitrator who was doing it, who was judge, ordered them to make copies and record everything that happened. After we had all the testimony from all the guys lying, my lieutenant's lawyer requested the tapes from his thing, and guess what? They disappeared. The DA's office lost them and was unable to find them. Guess what happened? Nothing. Government protects government, government controls information, government controls the rules, they control the people that enforce the rules, and when you fight government or fight City Hall, it's a very, very high uphill battle. So, I mean, I'm used to this and I've seen this. I've been in the military and I've seen things in the Stars and Stripes as the military propaganda paper. That's the one whenever you're overseas in areas where you can't get regular news, this is before the internet, that you could only have the Stars and Stripes. So the military got to control it. It was military people running it, writing it, editing it, putting stuff out, and they never made the military look bad. They always made the officers look good, and they always made the lower peons look bad. So I mean, I've watched them manipulate and do their propaganda. I've watched planes get shot down and they put out, I see in the reading the paper, it was a training exercise. It was a training mishap. It was an engine failure. They always come up with these excuses that don't match the facts. But when you're in the military, you can't say anything, you can't talk out, or you'll get fired. You'll go to jail, you'll go to prison. They'll put you in, people, oh, you got free speech. You ain't got free speech in the military. You don't have free speech in any government. You don't have free speech if you work for a liberal company. Because if you tell your liberal company that you like guns, that you like Constitution, that you're a patriot, they will fire you, not promote you, and come down on you. And it's the same thing in government, and it's the same thing in the military. So, I mean, for somebody to be shocked about this, they haven't lived it or experienced it, and I'm telling you from fact, from experience, it's true. So we're getting this Rio Olympic government thing through the government filter. They disappear 3 minutes of tape mysteriously, but there's nothing to see here. It was just 3 minutes, that doesn't matter. The guys that said they were robbed appear to get into the wrong taxi, which could indicate they were under the influence or drunk. And then when they go around to the real taxi and they get in, somebody comes up and walks away, and instead of leaving, people are saying they got out of the taxi with their wallets and tried to pay their way out. Others are saying the guy that came up to the car said, you ain't leaving unless you give us your wallet, and maybe they intimidated the driver, and the driver goes, I ain't leaving. And if the driver said I ain't leaving, they don't have a whole lot of choice. So what do we know? What we know, the video doesn't really match the swimmer's stories. So that's a problem. Whether it started out as a white lie or a little lie or a partial lie, and then they built over it. You know, most scandals, it's not the act, it's the cover-up. Clinton, had he just said he got ahead in the Oval Office and bit the bullet, it would have been done and over quick. He lied to the American people. His wife tried to intimidate the woman. They put out hit squads to trash him in the media. They did all this stuff to and it came out anyway. That got him more, it really didn't get him anything. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, we're elected, and that's kind of where I'm going with the story. But anyway, let me get to the real story, and then I'll get to the Clintons. So, one less mosquito. Damn, I got the Zika virus now. I got that shit on me. The Zika! So, we don't know what the Rio is actually going on. We do know the video doesn't match your story. We know the government somehow lost 3 minutes. We know the government is using this. I mean, let's just say, and the story is kind of getting out that kind of seems almost reasonable, is they got in a beef in the bathroom. They tore up the bathroom. They destroyed either a toilet or a door, and then they left because they were pissed. And then when they went out because they were drunk, they got in a taxi and go, get us out of here. And the taxi driver goes, I ain't leaving, because supposedly the security guard was an off-duty Rio cop trying to make money on the side from the government or pad his pocket or whatever. And now he comes out and says, you ain't leaving. Supposedly they got out, offered money. When the guy didn't want to take the money, supposedly the guy pulled a gun on him and said, you're not leaving, and sat him on the curb. Then they got pissed and fought, and that's why they got a gunpoint. So their story is, he pulled a gun, truth. He took our wallet, maybe truth. We didn't do anything, probably not true. So there's all kind of different sides of the story on this. Will we know the truth? I don't know. There's one guy that got back here past his passport. He's kind of safe now. When he's safe, does that mean he's more likely to tell the truth? Or he's more likely to stick to his lie? Who knows? These guys are going to have problems, you know, with their contract and their sponsors, because now they can't be trusted. They were in a scandal and it may hurt them, and, you know, whatever. What bugs me about this whole thing is these swimmers are getting beat to hell about lying, not being truthful, embarrassing the United States, all that. I mean, the media is just crucifying them on everything I read. Meanwhile, nice flash of lightning there. Wait for the broom. Meanwhile, we're electing a freaking president or letting her run for office that has made her whole life online. She got fired as an attorney. She got kicked off. Her boss as an attorney called her a liar. She's been in foundation after foundation of money and scandal and lying and intimidating women that accused Bill of raping her. And I mean, we've got all this shit. You got Bill getting on TV saying, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. You got him lying to the entire country You got people dropping like flies around them, dying. You got Clinton, who lied about a video, and we got 4 people that died in a freaking war, and they were just left out to die. 4 Americans that were attacked, and they blamed it on a freaking video. Meanwhile, she's emailing her daughter saying, yeah, we knew this was coming. And then when she gets caught, nobody cares. Nobody. We got her giving out classified information. I didn't see anything classified. I didn't email anything. We got all these. You got the freaking FBI director coming out. Well, yes, she did do that. Yes, she lied. Yeah, she wasn't truthful here. Yes, she did. No, they were marked classified. No, she did resend classified. No, she had multiple devices, and she said she only had one. She totally lied when she testified in front of Congress. And there ain't no damn coverage on her for shit. And she's still almost leading in the polls, which I don't believe. I think the left is going to make her lead, because the only way that they can make, man, the mosquitoes must be bad out here because they're everywhere. So the only way they can make her win is to stop the Republicans from coming out. So, you know, it just kind of strikes me as odd on how many people don't pay attention that they're all involved about the Rio and these swimmers, and how mean and the left media is just making a focus on them. And again, when the media's got you focused over here, you should be looking over here. Because remember, they're not doing this for any good reason. They're doing it for their agenda. The problem is, we don't know the agenda, and we don't know what they're covering up, and we don't know what's behind the scenes. But I'm telling you, these Rio guys are in the big news making all, Obama lies and pays $400 million ransom and holds the ransom till they release him, and no news coverage. No, there's nothing to see here. Where the hell does the president get $400 million bucks? All money has to come from Congress. Has anybody asked, why does the president have $400 million access to him that he can just deliver to a foreign country that's supposedly our enemy, that he just cut some backdoor deal to let them have nukes, that hate us and threaten to blow us up, that hate Israel more than us, and somehow Obama's got $400 million sitting around that he can send on a plane without going through Congress, without getting permission, without getting the funds. The Congress holds the money. They hold the purse strings. They're the only one that can authorize spending. How did the president do that? Anybody ask that question? Rick, come on! We got these damn Rio swimmers over there embarrassing the U.S. We need to concentrate on the important shit. Nobody cares what the left does. Clintons are lying, or Obama's lying, or... Come on, Rick, keep your eye on the ball. Those damn Rio swimmers embarrassing the U.S. It's just a crazy world where common sense is a superpower. We'll end that there.